Boys and girls, welcome back. It's Paragon John. Let's get right into it. Guys, when you start to elevate in life in any way, in any capacity whatsoever, when you start doing well in your life, you know what I mean? Maybe you just got married or something, maybe you just entered a new relationship, maybe you're doing well financially, maybe you've got that dream job, you've got that dream career. Maybe you just elevated your life materially in some way. You got a new house, you got a new car, whatever, whatever. Maybe you're like really getting after it at the gym and your physique is starting to look really good. You're starting to have a really nice looking body. You know what I mean? You're really in shape. Maybe you just had a kid. Maybe you just had another kid. Maybe you just had your third kid. Whatever it is, something positive in your life is happening to you. Whatever it is. I mean, whatever it is. Maybe you have a certain level of peace psychologically and spiritually. You've reached a certain level of spiritual peace in your life where you have clarity and you can focus and you can just see things for what they really are. You have perspective. Or maybe you've just come out of a really low place and you've had some kind of spiritual awakening, and you're feeling really good about yourself now. You've found God, you've found some sort of spirituality, you've found some sort of guiding light. You've read some self-help book that's made you feel better, or whatever it is. Like you've found some sort of positive light, and now you have a very positive, growth oriented attitude, while all your friends around you are still stuck in this low vibrational negative. They love spreading negativity and shit, and you're not really about that anymore. Whatever it is, whatever elevation or growth in your life will cause people around you to feel a certain type of way about that if they don't have those things themselves. When you start to do better in some way, you start to become more fulfilled as an individual, as a person in life. You start to become, they call it self actualizing. You start to become the person that you set out to become on the planet when your results start to show because of all the work you've been doing. It is an unfortunate fact that you will begin to lose friends or people that you assigned the label of friend to before. And it's not really like something that you should be mad about or something that you should hate these people for, or hold any resentment or anything like that. It's just kind of a part of life. This happens to everybody. Everyone that begins to do well in some capacity. Obviously, we all have our struggles in life, and I'm not trying to discredit anyone's struggles. I've been through many of them myself, so I know what it's like to go through suck, okay? But through a lot of that suck, I think, is what propels you to become successful later on. And so when you're someone like that who starts to become successful in some capacity, you are the person who is making your dream a reality. You are the person who is the breadwinner of your family, for example. You are the person who is on a trajectory upward in your life. You will lose a lot of people from your past because the truth is that a lot of people are not really on that type of path. If you're on this type of path that I'm describing here, you're kind of more of like a black sheep of your family. You're kind of more someone who has been different compared to a lot of the people you were around. And the reason for that is because a lot of people are not on this path. A lot of people are on a path where they're going down. A lot of people are on a path where they're becoming more insecure as they're getting older. You know what I mean? Because their life is not turning out the way they maybe wanted it to, or maybe they never even had a vision for their life at all. And so now they're forced to go down a path that they don't want to go down. And now their life sucks, you know? And I'm not saying that to demean anyone or to belittle anyone. I'm saying that because that is a reality. And a lot of times, the people that we grow up around from like the hometowns that we come from, a lot of times, if you're someone who may have left your hometown, for example, a lot of these people aren't doing well. A lot of these people aren't doing well. A lot of these people are working jobs they hate. A lot of these people are afraid to take action. A lot of these people are living in fear. A lot of these people are in financial positions that are not good, you know, which cause them to not be able to do certain things. And any number of us could be in these situations and are in these situations again. So I'm not trying to diminish anyone, but that's just the truth. And so they become jealous of you. They become jealous of you, the person who is doing better in life, because they don't see all the work you did behind the scenes while they were partying and drinking and doing all this meaningless bullshit, which is what most people do a lot of times. And I'm not trying to be the party pooper here. I've done my fair share of partying and I enjoy it to a certain degree. And I don't as much anymore because I'm a little older now, but I've done my fair share of that, right? But not to the degree that these other people do. And like all these other people are, while they're having all this fun, you were grinding, you were learning skills, you were doing stuff, you were building yourself up, you were doing meaningful things that would give you advantages in the real world, and you were building skills for yourself that you could use in the real world, so you could literally elevate your life and do what you set out to do while these other people were having fun. 1 2 3, let's have fun. 1 2 3, let's have fun. It's like, what even is fun? You know what I mean? Like, again, guys, I'm not trying to be like the party pooper here. I get it. I've had some fun, right? I'm gonna have a whole lot more in the future, right? But I like to have fun too, and I like to have time for myself. I'm not saying be this person that just works all the time and this sort of thing. Like, I'm not trying to push like some Andrew Tate sort of thing or anything like that. That's a little ridiculous, obviously. But again, back to the main point. When you start to do well in life, and I know a lot of you listening are these people who've experienced this, you'll start to see who your real friends are. You'll start to see, like, okay, is this someone who supports me? You know what I mean? Because a real friend supports you when you're doing well in life and when you're in a low place. Are these people supporting me? Are these people acting weird? Are they starting to gossip about me behind my back? Are they starting to talk about me? Are they starting to give me this weird jealous type of competitive energy? Are they starting to compete with me? Are they starting to criticize me for no reason? Are they canceling plans all of a sudden? Are they saying, hey, we're going to meet here at this time, and then they're not showing up? Or, things like that. Like, you will start to see who around you is starting to act funny and give you these weird sort of vibes, because they're kind of jealous of what you're doing. They know what you're doing could lead you to become successful. They know that you're someone that probably possesses lots of talents and gifts, and you're very capable of creating the life that you want. And they want those traits in themselves, but they're not willing to do the work because they just want to party all the time and shit like that. Again, these types of people are jealous of you because they really want to be you. They really want what you have. They want the skills that you possess. They want the drive and the ambition, the determination that you possess. They want those traits, but again, they haven't done anywhere near the amount of work you've done on the spiritual path, in the material realm, learning skills, in the psychological realm. They haven't done anywhere near the amount of work you've done. And that's why they start to hate. That's why they start to distance themselves. That's why you start to outgrow them. That's why you start to outgrow them, guys. You cannot associate people that have ambition and drive are not going to associate with people that are like more on the lazy end of the spectrum. And I'm not trying to diminish anyone that's more on the lazy end of the spectrum. If you're kind of a lazy person, you just want to exist, you don't really have much ambition and drive, that's fine. I don't have a problem with you, but you're just on the other end of the spectrum. And a lot of times people that have drive and people that don't really mesh. And so, when you're this type of person that starts to do well, because that's just what happens when your results speak for themselves because of all the work and everything that you've done. And maybe you had some luck, but you capitalized on your opportunities, right? When these things start to materialize, and other people in your life, they're maybe not doing so well like that. Like I said, they're not materializing. Their results aren't speaking for themselves like yours are. Maybe they have no results. And maybe they're in the same place they were 10 years ago because they've just done nothing, in which case they've regressed in reality. There are lots of people like that, guys. There are lots of people who regress in life because they're not doing anything, and they wonder why other people begin to do better than them. It's because they're not doing anything with themselves a lot of times. You actually have to do things in reality if you want to grow and elevate as a human being. And if you're doing those things, the unfortunate truth is just that a lot of the people in your immediate circle in real life are not. And a lot of these people are just into toxicity. They're into drama. They're into chaos. They're into arguments. They're into just toxic kind of stuff. They're into who's dating who, and into getting into your business, and oh, he bought a new car, she bought a new car, oh, well, I guess I need to buy one too. Like, they're all into social media and stuff like that. A lot of these people around you are just into distraction and toxicity and just kind of meaningless stupid stuff. When you're the person that's not really into that kind of stuff because it's meaningless, you're more so focused on meaningful things. You're focused on spending time with your family. You're focused on building connections with people. You're focused on your business. You know what I mean? You're focused on your path. You're focused on your journey, the people that matter to you, and you're just blocking out all the noise. While it seems like a lot of these other people, they live for the noise. They love the noise. They seek the noise, while you seek the peace. They're afraid of the peace, and they probably don't even understand what they should be doing. So we're not trying to judge them, guys. You're not trying to judge anybody. I'm not trying to judge anybody. It's just this is the truth of what I know and what I've experienced, and what I know a lot of you have experienced. And this is just a pattern with human behavior, guys. This is just what happens. They will hate on you, but you shouldn't hate them back. You know what I mean? You shouldn't hate them back, because that's low of you, right? The best revenge is living well, right? I made a video on that topic, by the way, which you guys should check out. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of the video. That's kind of the video, guys. When you start to elevate and grow in life, you will inevitably lose people. You will lose friends. You know what I mean? You might even lose family members a lot of times, figuratively speaking. So yeah, let me know your perspective in the comment section. Let me know what you guys have seen with friendships becoming fake, true colors coming out whenever you start to do well, because a lot of times doing well is a better indicator of who your true friends are than being in a low place a lot of times, believe it or not. So yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.